Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of One Idiot, One Console, because the other one's at work. Obviously today we're back for some more Timberborn. So one of the first things that I intended to do this episode was set up some more stuff for log production. Which, what do these give off? Sorry, I'm all tippy-tappy on the computer right now. These will do 400 energy. And these only take 50, so I can have quite the log farm going up here if I get it running. So how would I get them up here? I could bring them that way, which then I could connect these over this way. Oh, yeah, I like that idea. Put a zipline up here, and then I have less of an issue with that. Alright, so we can already get up here. I don't need to go that way. I don't know why I'm going that way. It's fine. Can I go around the back? No, not really. Inconvenient ass path it is. Oh, that's not even high up enough yet. Why am I like this? Take 57, action. Okay. We'll just build like that. Alright, so I'm gonna need you, and these have been bothering me, so I'm gonna need you. Alright, go ahead and greenlight you to cut these. That can go, so I'm less annoyed with it. Sorry, I just don't like there being random green patches. No! I made it worse. Okay, there we go. I dislike random green patches. Which we might as well get our money's worth out of these. Go ahead and fix that real quick. I do have a teeth brainstorm somewhere. Yep. Sorry, that was probably pretty fucking loud. Okay. What doesn't have a worker? That. What's the other one? Nothing to do in range. Where are you? Take me there. Cool. So that can lose an employee. It says two things don't have a workplace. What? Or don't have a worker. Guess it's not important. Now it's 3. No, it's 5. What the hell is happening? Okay. You know what? Let's, I was gonna use this area for storage, but, like, let's just go ahead and... Yep, that's what I wanted. That way we've got a little bit more of a ripple. Alright, so we've got this going now. No point in even building that one. I've got so much science production now, all of these science huts don't really matter anymore. I didn't feel like finding the button on my keyboard. Okay, so now that's 2. Are my haulers full up? I kind of need them to be, though. Oh, cool. Oh, wow, this guy's gonna die. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna save him. Oh, he's contaminated, too. Sick. Yeah, I don't think I'm fixing that. Well, hopefully he makes it out. I won't have them start up on this yet, so that hopefully they get that guy. be nice once I have this whole thing sorted. Yeah, they haven't put anything toward that yet. Waiting on planks for this, which the plank production is the thing I'm trying to solve over here, so... Let's go ahead and lower that's priority. We'll raise this up. Oh, they're very nearly there. He's got to be close. I think they'll save him, but we'll see. Be nice if I could just get some more plank production happening, like, right this minute. Yeah, power output 52, so that's not gonna happen. Yeah, we'll just have to focus on up here. Alright, we're very close to rescuing you, buddy. It's not gonna be a great life, considering I don't have the stuff to cure you yet. Oh my god, 5 beavers are contaminated. Okay! Change in plans. Where is it? That. So I need paper, dandelions, and berries. I've got one of those. At least it doesn't require power, so I can just shove it somewhere. Cool. We need paper. Do I have somewhere that I could just put paper on and pause something else? Not really. I guess I could pause science. Out of 50 logs, still waiting on planks as predicted. That guy's safe though, so let's go ahead and just up this, and I'm gonna shove paper stuff up here. Yes. And then you. Where can I get a gatherer? Alright. Food, gather, there we go. How long do these take to grow? 3 days, so it's not bad. Prioritizes dandelions. I do need somebody in here right now. You just barely can't reach that. That blows. Gonna need another one of those pretty soon. Okay. How much power? 80. So I should still be able to put a lumber mill in here. Maybe even 2 if I'd done that a little smarter. Alright, so that'll go there. That can go there. Really? I've got all of these full up, and you're telling me I still don't have beavers? getting there with the planks. Do I need gears for this? Yes, I do. Okay. That's filled out on logs. They're about to finish that one. Well, let's increase the speed at which the babies grow up, shall we? Alright, there's some of that. Need paper for that one. I can get roof tiles down easy enough. I've got the whole back row to do other stuff with. I'm going to prioritize these so that we can get the babies grown up a little bit faster. Ooh, I did that. Now they can get on the roof. That's actually incredibly helpful. I think I'm just gonna spend the extra to put an individual one of all of these things on the roof. And then there should be very few beavers that are going to have issues. And then hopefully that will... Oops, somebody finally died. Did they die from contamination or because they got old? Hopefully the latter. Oh, we should hopefully go through a couple of different upgrades in happiness and well-being. Well-being, that's what it is. Which the contamination is bringing it down quite a bit. If I could just get that going. At least they're building closer to home right now. Which I think I already had these so that every house already was affected by those, but... Alright, here we go. So we've got a fair few lamps up and running, but those will only affect these 15? That's 5? Yeah, 15 beavers. Which is fine, that's something. We've also got the roof tile, or almost all of the roofs up and running over here. Not that roofs run. If your roof is running, there's something wrong with it. Ah, great, again. Well, probably not a bad thing that we're actually working on the contamination stuff now. That's good, though. So the highest I've got right now is at 10, which is 40%. What is this exactly? Working speed, 40%, movement speed, 5%, and life expectancy plus 20%, which is pretty decent. Let's see how I'm doing with the babies. Oh good, the highest of the beaver children is at 13, which is... Seems like starting at probably 10 if I had to get... Oh, 14. Yeah, so 10, yeah, well-being 10 is plus 10%, 14 seems to jump it up to 15% growth speed. And then we've got these guys, the crazies. Which, hopefully I'm about to solve that problem pretty soon here. Still, oop, looks like... Nope, that's sunflowers. Dandelions will pop up where the potatoes are. Oh, good. We should see a jump in well-being now. How did you do that? Why are you stranded? Ugh. Sometimes I hate you guys that you would do this to your own people. consistently. Buddy, could you do me a favor and hit some stuff with a hammer while you're up there? Hey, plant 1,000 trees during a single playthrough. To be fair, it only took me 9 cycles. Alright, there we go. That guy's back and running. 11. What's my record on this world then? If 11's not doing it. Alright, there we go. So we should fully see that jump now. Which I guess I could just add that. And then put these on the back. I know I've already got shrubs on the ground. Before anybody says it, I know they're there. Like the crackling from the fire. Okay, so we've got a bad tide coming. People are gonna get dunked in there. That's kind of a problem. Oh, good. But if I can get that moving, that becomes much less of a problem. Okay, so let's get... because that should just have some overflow, which will work great. You can go... Wrong one. So we'll have that one receive wood, and that one supply planks. And that should theoretically be reachable by everybody. Yeah, wood's on this side. Alright, cool. That one supply paper. Alright, and then here's where I've got that set up. So I'll have a little... What all do you need? So, I think we need... Obtain... Paper, we'll start with... Obtain dandelion, and... Obtain... it was berries, that's what they need. I'll leave that one neutral, and we'll have that one get antidote. Tell me I don't need treated planks. Good. And we'll scoot over here. Sick. We'll get them to build that too, so that we can get the logs in there, which they're doing anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. We'll set that priority up a little bit just for now. Actually, that's not going to matter. Cool. Alright, that should theoretically be everything. So we are waiting on gears. How's our gear production doing? Productivity's decently high, but I'm about to have a lot of fucking contaminated beavers. Okay. If I put in another builder's hut, they might be able to move faster, but I don't think that's really gonna matter. This is not fun. Don't need that right now. Okay, so we're still not getting anything because we're not getting gears. What's going on with my gear production? My gear production is doing phenomenally, so it's not the gear production. It's not the plank production either. I've got plenty of planks. Which we also need the gears down here. That's sucking up some gears. Okay, so the gears are currently just going to the two things that I actually need the gears to go to, which I've stopped right here because they're both on screen. Which, now that I've got plank production up and running a little bit further, you know, why don't I put some gear production up here. While I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna just leave that one for them to do whenever the hell they're feeling it. Oh, gear's going to shed. I thought that was it. I was like, woo, it's gone. Up and running. Okay, so we've got 15 out of 20 gears here, so we are very nearly done. Oh, I forgot I was working on that. I guess I probably didn't want them to build out there for no reason, so I didn't connect it yet. Which is a good point. Can I even get down to that in the way that I've built this? I don't think I can. Ah, shit, now they're getting sick. I do have beds for that somewhere, right? Yeah, I must have them dotted around somewhere. Let's see what where are you, Nagonal? Oh, shit, yeah. Okay, so I've got 5 that are about to be not well. And 3 that are currently contaminated and therefore not working. I've at least got 10 extra beavers, so that should be okay for now. Really bringing down the overall well-being. Oh, good, finally. Alright. So we've got dandelions going there. Takes 2 dandelions and 2 berries to make 2 antidotes, so that's fair. I think they only need 1. The brewing apparatus is used strictly for medical purposes. Me too, buddy, me too. Alright. So we are literally just waiting on paper. Which I only need 4 more gears for, which I don't currently have. But the Gear Workshop has historically done really, really well on productivity, so theoretically, it should be fine in like 2 seconds. Okay, that one's gonna be water. That one's gonna be extract. I don't think I really need this much of an overflow of bad water. I'm actually gonna make that antidote, so that way if this ever happens again, I don't have to worry about it. Still 11 out of 15, but we've got 1 gear made. We should be able to finish this by the end of the day today, which I think that just went up to 1, down to 1 again, or down to 0 again, and then back up to 1 really quickly. I'm not sure. Either way, literally need 2 more gears. Which I think one of them is currently in transit right now, and then there goes the other one. So I think, yeah, we're just waiting on that last gear to get here. Which, that should have been it. Yep. Alright. Somebody will hit that with a hammer any minute now, and then we will have paper. Which I am gonna need to up my wood production while I'm thinking about it. Where would I like to do that? I think it'd probably be best to just mow down this forest and then make it its own thing over here. Oh shit, you guys took down the whole scrap pile. Well, you can go then. And I'll probably turn this bit with just extra stuff into farming. I don't really need these berries, but I'm not going to destroy all of them. Sorry, not buildings, resources. And then I'm going to take that there. And we'll start out with that just like so. I'll worry about setting up farming over here in a minute. Not too worried about it at the moment. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can put scrap flag back in here and just put like a staircase to get down into the water, and if they'll do this that way. There it is. Okay, that's why. How about now? Yep, that'll take them down. Cool. Alright, I think I only need the one of you right now, so we're gonna go with that. Okay, how are we doing over here? We've got that. Cool, paper is up and running. I've already got 14 pieces of it, and it's been delivered. Why is your productivity so low? Because dandelions. Of course it's dandelions. Why wouldn't it be dandelions? The dandelions! I love them! I'm fine. Everything's fine. Okay, have we cured anybody? I have no idea. We had 5 and 3 before, that would be 8, but we've now got one more unwell beaver. I'm gonna go with probably not. If anything, I think we've gained an unwell beaver, which is definitely net bad. For sure. Okay, so at this point what I should definitely be doing is setting up somewhere the fuck else. You know, let's just make this whole thing the fucking tree belt down here, and then I'll have farming on the next tier down, I guess. Whatever. Actually, it would be wiser to put the trees on this tier. Okay, so let's set up for it. Yeah, which I figure I'll have over here the more edible stuff. Let's see how far that goes. It's the farthest in all directions if it's facing that way, so I'm actually going to swap this path. Alright. There's that. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to, first of all, path up to these trees. Actually, I should do a little area where that's not like that. Because what I intend to do is down here have, I kind of mentioned it, but I want to have all of the gathery stuff down here. Oh, I didn't know I could toggle that with a button. T for toggle, what do you know? Okay, so let's set up for, chestnuts. As much as I'm loath to do so, I am gonna just go ahead and... Yeah, these are resources. I am gonna go ahead and just take out this, berry patch here. I'm not necessarily a fan of taking out perfectly good resources, but, like, I need the room for other stuff more than I need these. Yeah, so I'm gonna go going to the right, I'm gonna do chestnuts, going to the left here, I'm gonna do dandelions. lines, which I think that's as far as it can reach. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, so I went ahead and did that. That'll reach all the way over there. I'm gonna add a new zipline station right here. Alright, and then, so I've got the gatherers. I'm gonna want probably a medium warehouse each for those. We're gonna do, where's chestnuts? Supply chestnuts and supply dandelion. Alright. I've got that up and running. And then up here, I think I'm gonna do I'm gonna connect this just so they can get around to it. So up here is where I think I am actually gonna put the wood cutting. They can just barely reach a couple of trees down here, so I might as well let them cut them. I am also gonna put more flags down here. I think those went up to like here. Let's see if I'm right. Nope. Right here. Whoop. Oh well. Alright. We'll slowly get them out there. Still got 9 contaminated beavers. And no antidote, so they're taking the antidote. Which we're pretty much just waiting for everything down here to start up. Oh, that's my bad. Yeah, they'll be able to reach enough of down here. Starts right here. Which that should be plenty for right now. Yeah, that, interestingly enough, that goes directly up to where that can hit, so the rest of this can hang out and be tapper stuff. Which works for me. And then I want to put another one over here to make all of the trees for maple tapping. You know what, actually, if I just... I'll unplant that for a second, and then what I'll do is I'll plant a maple next to it, so that way I know what I was going to do. I could just also mark the resource for demolition, I don't know why I wouldn't. Can somebody just get that on your way by, you know? And then I'm going to let the maple spread on its own that way. Nope, not a forester, I want a tapper shack. Yeah, I'll put that... Yeah, about as far that way as I can get it. Cool. That's already gone. That can go away. Maple can come back. Thought that was the guy coming to plant it. Make sure that's not marked for cutting. Cool. Perfect. Alright, and I'm gonna go ahead and unmark for planting. And that'll do its own thing over here. I've already got things marked for cutting. Yes, I do. Alright. Ooh. Ah! Okay, does that affect their range too much? I don't think it really does. Okay, so that's for supply, logs. And now we've got stuff going on out here. Drought. Perfect. I would prefer that. And we're starting to have maybe a little tiny surplus of antidote, but that does not seem to mean much. What am I hearing? Hang on, pausing for a second because the cats are doing something. I don't know what I heard. As always with cats, you hear a really wickedly concerning noise, and actually everything's fine, and nothing happened. Who knows? I'm happy I've got this up and running all the way out here. I've really got to start creating some kind of hub for this, though. If the craters weren't so deep, I'd have a hub out in the middle of this. That would certainly be the easiest. Nice salami boy. Don't ask me why I call him Salami Boy, I really don't know. Okay, so I've handled all of the crazy. Let's get a little bit of this going, shall we? See if we can get that much happening. And that. I figure the stuff that just uses logs won't be too difficult, so that can get unpaused for the most part. If I see something that's literally just logs, I'm gonna go ahead and unpause it. Like, nothing else involved, it's just gonna be stuff with logs. Because that'll kind of give him the frame to walk around on anyway. Man, we've actually got some good progress going now. Actually, you know what? No. I don't want them to start working on this side first, because they've already been doing that, and it was really annoying. Hell yeah, look at us. Starting to make some real progress. Yeah, my biggest concern is whether or not we can get these done. Explosives, which do I have? Extract yet? They're probably not really... Sorry, I had my hand in the wrong spot. Okay, you don't have power. Because of course you fucking don't. Okay, so what I need to do is that, presumably. Which means now I have to figure out how to get these dumbasses up there. That won't even work. Sick. Okay. New plan. Let's see if this works. Oop. think they should be able to get that diagonally. Cure contaminated beaver! There we go. Path, please. Alright, we'll see how that goes. I just unpaused a lot that's at a really high priority, huh? That's alright, they're maybe going that way. Oh yeah, and then I... Huh? Did they not? That should have power. Why doesn't it? Okay, here we go again with the... It's pretty sure it has power. Sorry, I know that's probably loud every time I click on it. It's that one. Okay, how do I get them to that one? Fuck's sake, man. Alright, they usually go off the order in which you build it, so theoretically that'll do it. Alright, we're suddenly low on beavers again. That's mostly because of the contaminated, I think, but that should be okay because we're starting to cure them. Yeah, we've got like 13 antidote now, which is a very good thing. We're making more than halfway decent progress down here. You know what, I'm actually going to repause these outer ones right here so that they can continue to have the ability to run into this path here and build all over. Yeah, I do have that at the highest priority. So everything else is going to wrestle with this a little bit, but that should, for the most part, be fine, I think. Yeah, look at all that progress we're making. This makes me happy. What do we need for these? Planks, metal block, sure. I'm still trying to keep it to, like, the outside. That doesn't need to be paused. Not anymore. Especially because the impermeable floor literally only takes one little piece of metal, so... Oh man, there's gotta be a faster way to do that, bro. Makes you wonder how much of this side wasn't reachable. It's finally starting to come together. Close above contamination, 0%. Auto open. Not that it really matters. You know, it might be better to have more than one sluice on these things. I'll tweak it later. For right now, this works. Sorry, I don't know if anybody else actually likes watching this, but I like watching them build. Well, that is about time, so I am going to go ahead and call it for this one. As always, thank you for watching. I do genuinely appreciate your company. I hope you have a good day, night, whatever it is for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!